Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we'll take a look at FrankMiller and a shaky cam. No, FrankMiller, The Big Fat Kill, and I got a bunch of FrankMiller's SinCity, but I think you can't get enough of these because they're all like really good, and we will come to the specific scenes. They really stand out, and at the same time they're really simplified and boiled down to the pure essence of the medium comic, or maybe visual storytelling, narration. And yeah, let's get in. Before we start, I was looking around for The Big Fat Kill, and I came across there's a German version from Crosscult, but I didn't like the cover. Then I saw a cheaper version with a cover that was really freaking ugly. I don't know, it was just a black and white drawing, and this book is filled with beautiful drawings. And on the cover, it was the ugliest face from this book, and I don't understand who put it on a cover. The cover sells your comic, so it needs to be a banger. And yeah, let's stop the cursing there. But so I spent a few bucks more for this one. As you can see, I don't know, I got it over Amazon, and it was one of the, I got it for like 21 euros, pretty good. I was looking at $30 and cheaper, but this is like the hardcover version with a killer Marv on it. It's beautiful, it's big, like it smells like ink and old paper, and that is how I want it. So the story starts out with some rain and I don't know, can you make out what this should be? But then a lot of blacks, and there's a lot to learn. I mean, this is the Darius Comic School, and there's a lot to learn in this book. And this is like the movies. This is what influenced Frank Miller, I think, in his times. And it was like Frank Miller starring, or Lynn Varley, Steve Miller. This is like the things he soaked up, the black and white movies from probably his childhood, that formed his moral compass, or something that helped him thrive and survive this sometimes very cold and harsh world and environment. And so this is how he starts out. I say that because I really like this, and I do feel the noir movies of the 50s and 60s, and but I'm a 90s kid. And so, well, you can really relate to different times, but definitely like my style of movies are more Tarantino-esque, or more Fight Club, The Office, American Beauty, American Pie, Ninja Turtles, you know, that stuff. So that's why my stuff looks like my stuff, and Frank Miller's looks like Frank Miller's, and your stuff will look like yours. And that's already an important point. Soak up everything that is the juice of life for you, and then put it back into your book. So beautiful covers at the beginning, as you can see. Yeah, a great deal of reduction and a great deal of concentration on form, and a lot of blacks. And this is what I like for my comics. This is what I resonate with. I mean, look at this great cover, very cinematic, very economic, and very beautiful. Like if you find something like this on the shelves, you will put it up, like you're immediately drawn to it. You know this is a banger. And then we start chapter 1, and it's good. It's like the curtains. You're sitting at cinema, you're looking at the movies, and this is chapter 1, and then dum. And we see here, I don't know, is her name Shelley? Forget it, man. You can bang on the You can bang on that door all night if you want to. There's no way in hell I'm letting you in. And this is like Shelley. Then we have always the movie reference, but let's stay in the comic. And as you can see, and Shelley, I think is her name. And yeah, Shelley, I can't believe you're doing this to me, Shelley. Everything we've shared, it has to mean something to you. And well, they go back and forth, and Shelley she works at a bar, and out there is a guy, I think his Jackie Boy is his name, and we don't know what's his business, but he wants to get in, and she doesn't want to. And then there's another man standing here. His name is Dwight, and he's a criminal that had his face altered or like operated, and he's back in SinCity. And so he says, "Come on, open up the door. I take care of that Jackie Boy." And Shelley says, "No, you don't. You don't. You've come back. You have a new face. Let it go. We don't need that." And it's great because we're starting already with that conflict. It's already hell. All hell is already, or we're at the doorsteps of hell. And if you take something from these comics, is well, I don't know if that's great advice, but look at this. Like Frank Miller, this is a big page, just 3 panels. Each panel is like a scene in a movie, and he lets it sink in. It's not busy. There's not 6,000 things flying around. It's just a face telling something straight to her. And then another scene where she says she's talking back to again to Jackie Boy, and he leaves and gets his clothes, and he gets his coat, and the lighting is just amazing. Like how this was structured as definitely like a movie, a noir movie. And as I told you, like you have the yang is the white, the yin is the black, black, white, black, white. It's rhythm and dancing, and it's music, and it's beats, and it's simplification, concentration. And as you can see, sometimes it's also, we will come to very beautiful pages. But Frank Miller, like just 3 panels on 1 page, and that's great. Maybe for comic artists, it depends what you want to do, but I would say, sorry, I would say storytelling and life takes its time to unfold. And every time you try to do too much or to rush it, it's not a dance anymore. It's forcing the act. And a great artist advice, which I saw yesterday, like every artist will say, it's definitely quality, but quantity is quality. The more you do, the better you get. So if you wonder, how do I get to this level? It's like building muscles. Start, keep at it, stay consistent. From time to time, you need some rest or time away from the topic, but dedicate yourself for life to stay in shape, comic-wise and body-wise. So she lets Jackie Boy in with his guys. They're all drunk. Trouble is ahead, and they talk. And I will lead you to the great pages, but yeah, look at this, like beautiful. And for everybody who thinks like Frank Miller definitely took up this style, but there are different artists that came before him. I think an Argentinian artist who already had a crime series going on in this style. So I don't think that Frank Miller spawned this style, but he definitely took it and made it as his own. And I think for every artist watching, that's what you gotta do, that's what I gotta do. Like you learn by copying, by studying your masters, by being an apprentice, and then by implementing those things into your art. And beautiful. And also like how he structures this upshot, and then as you can see here, like vanishing points down here. I don't know if Frank Miller was making these vanishing points or if he had just like already his blocky structure in his head. Let me show you if I can get Jackie Boy. But I think once you've drawn enough, like things will come like easy to you. Like here's the upper chest, and then it goes down, and then he makes a box like this, and pretty much probably he just draws something like this, and here's the arm, and you know what I mean. And then the head goes in this direction, and it's not the prettiest because I'm drawing through the camera, like, you know what I mean. But and then it just blacks it out. But yeah, that's definitely like maybe in his thumbnailing stage he gets all of these things. And another thing, like I was reading this comic, then I put it aside for a while. Let me skip a few pages, and then like beautiful stuff. Like look at this. Like this is also what you need in a comic from time to time. Look, like 3 panels, but you could say that it's more in this. And it really takes its time, and then like bam, bam, just like one big beautiful page. And it just takes its time, and I usually rush through comics and through the story, but here you need to stay, you need to look at these pictures, and they sink in, like they sink in deep into your stomach and guts. And I don't think that comics will ever go away, because it's a powerful visual medium which you can touch with your hands. I know probably some people will read this on a screen, but you live in a physical world. And although we maybe don't know what we really are, like we're in a physical world, and we should stay physical and not just always digital or something else. So really cool stuff. And then the first issue wraps up and gets again beautiful story beats. Look at this, like look, just one panel each page, very simplified, very stylized, very yin yang, like it's really art and feeling and beautiful storytelling. And then the second issue begins, and there's a lot of great lessons also here. Like it starts out and you get this inner dialogue, which is huge. Like look at this, and you get some goofy cars, like wait a second, it will get like really goofy. And then you get this picture, and you get some dialogue that it's like, yeah, it's a chance I should be taking. Well, here he's a fugitive with a new face, but his fingerprints will show that he's a criminal and sentenced to jail, or maybe even sentenced to death. And so the car he's pursuing he's speeding, but he doesn't want to speed, because he says like speeding, it's a good way to get yourself noticed. And if you're a murderer with a new face, whose fingerprint check away from the fast track to the gas chamber, like I am, the last thing you want is to get noticed. Like really cool dialogue. It's a chance, but I shouldn't be taking. It's a chance I shouldn't be taking, but I can't just go home and forget about it, and let Jackie Boy and his pals find their fun. They're a pack of predators, and they're out for blood tonight, a woman's blood. They won't get it. I'm in no hurry to kill anybody ever again, but I'll kill them if I have to. Well, he's definitely a white knight, and maybe Frank Miller is too, and that's okay. Like every personality will shine through, but great storytelling. And like so the cops notice him, and then Jackie Boy, I don't know what he does, and I don't know what this is. This is really goofy. Like Jackie Boy somehow, I don't know what he does, but you see like a Volkswagen gets kind of kicked or cut off and falls on his head, and look, all the cars are in hot pursuit and in the air. Like, don't fear making comics. Get started. And although they will be shitty, like, I mean, look at this one. Like, come on, should I zoom in? Look at this one. Look at this one. Like, is this a pretty panel? It's cool because you see the city here and they go down here, but yeah, not the prettiest of panels. And then they come to Old Town, where the girls rule. Not the prettiest girl faces, so, but probably good enough. Come on, dear camera. And then they get out their guns because, like, they have a truce with the police. And then again, these beautiful story beats, and I hit the cam again, and look at this, like, beautiful, beautiful. Like, I was looking at this, I think, for a minute and trying to figure out what's going on this page. Like, I mean, this is just beautiful, beautiful art, and this is a comic or a graphic novel, or what you want to call it. Like, I mean, this is just breathtaking. I can't say how great this is. And then this Zorro girl, and definitely over the top, but this is what comics is. It's escapism, it's fun, it's spectacular, and it also touches sometimes deeply your soul, and that's what we're here for. And then the police turn around, and Jackie Boy starts to make trouble. He's looking out for a younger girl, and you can see here beautiful, like a predator, and the visual language is just amazing. I mean, just look at this, like the alleyway, and then we see this girl, and she definitely has to be younger, just because, like, her hip is very, I would almost say, like child or teenage like, or very young, like a woman usually, if she's not very skinny, like, has wider hips. And so the visual language, and then the car lurking behind her, and just great stuff. And then the beats, like, we see her behind Jackie Boy, and then she turns around, and then look, like, this looks almost like really, really goofy, and at the same time really, really cool. Like, I don't know how Frank Miller can pull this off, but it definitely lets me breathe as an independent comic artist, and it gives me hope that I can create stuff that is as beautiful as this, and that I won't stress out. And this is beautifully Dwight, like, really beautiful. He's leaning here, he's running, and also, like, as you can see, very concentrated, just like a bit of dialogue, just a few beats on the page. Like, it's not busy, it's not 6 or 12 or 9 panels. It's like, it takes its time, and it's definitely text, but this is like Dwight is hearing what the girl is saying, and Jackie Boy in the car, so he's hearing them talking. But then he's up on the roof, and he meets Gail, and then we kind of fade into black as he's standing behind a brick wall. But it's also the end of, let's say, the episode or the comic, and then it's chapter 2. And then, I mean, look at this, how this starts, like, really beautiful. And then his thoughts, like, they're running, they're wild, and then his composure outside, and really beautiful, and just amazing. And I couldn't put this comic or graphic novel down. It was just, like, beautiful. Like, look, she's sliding, and everything else gets darker. And then here, like, the play of yin and yang. We see the car, we see the girl, the alley is black, we see the lights, the brick wall. We're going into, how do you call this, a dead end, and then Miko up here. And very simplified, come on. Very simplified, but very beautiful and stylized. I mean, take from your heroes what you need. And Well, Jackie Boy does a mistake, and I think I will skip the next pages, but there are beautiful beats, as you can see here, like when Miko strikes, Frank Miller takes again his time, and there's a lot of space and a lot of blacks here inside, a lot of whites here on the outside. So this is definitely a recommend, and I will get myself a few more SinCities. I think I have like the Yellow Bastard and that one with Marv. I got this one, but I'm missing a Dame to Kill For, and I think that's also a great one. And just like the storytelling and the art, also like here when Jackie Boy kind of dies, it's great. Like because like here, Dwight gives us already, or not already, he gives us that something's terrible has happened, and he knew it before. Like he had a hunch, and then we see here, boom, and then it starts raining. As you can see here, Frank Miller stuff, and then inner dialogue, monologue, and then he finds something he rather would have not wanted to find. And as you can see, like Frank Miller is giving here his best, and yeah, Jackie Boy was a freaking cop, and she said cop, he's a cop. Detective Lieutenant Jack Rafferty, Iron Jack, the papers call him, a goddamn hero cop. And they murdered him, and now Old Town and the women are in danger because they controlled their own city. But now that they killed a cop, if someone finds out, the mobsters, the cops will come in, clean up the stuff, and then probably pimps and the mob will come in, and that's where I ended. And then it's chapter 3, but it's just so amazing. So I will end this video here, and yeah, I hope you learned something, and I hope I could expand your horizon. Please like and subscribe if you want. If you want to support me on Patreon, check out the links down below. If you want to buy some comics or games or commissions, you help out the channel. We see us.